You know, Hegel speaks about world historical individuals, people whose personal passion corresponds to the turnings of the time. And out in front or behind the scenes, they become the entrepreneurs of history, the entrepreneurs of progress, of the unfolding of destiny. But I would amend Hegel's supposition and say there's world historical institutions, and whose particular passion corresponds to the needed emergence of the time, the needed emergence of the new story. And that's where I see Wisdom University brilliantly fitting in. And let me look at it, it just occurred to me, in terms of 4 levels. On the sensory physical level, it is a university that provides for the activation of the sensate feeling for the world, with its emphasis on music and art and drama and the expressiveness of the creativity of the arts. This gives people the necessary hooks and eyes to tune into what is happening both within themselves and in the world around in this, the most critical time in human history, where what we do will make a difference. But we cannot get to it through just, rational analysis or even intuition. We need the expressive forms of the body-mind system to be able to have the wherewithal to understand our time and our place in this history. So that is one. On the psychological level, Wisdom University evokes the polyphrenia of the self. If schizophrenia is the disease of the human condition, then polyphrenia, the orchestration of our many, many selves, is our expanded health. And so with its emphasis on the further reaches of the psychological domain, that we are not encapsulated bags of skin dragging around dreary little egos, we are organism, environment, symbiotic with the whole field of life. It gives us the plenitude of ourselves in its many different kind of courses and extraordinary. It also gives us the depth of history, what you do in your SHARC program, what you do in your travels, what you do in the bringing up of the psychological understanding of world and time that comes from many cultures, ancient, modern, and perhaps those to come. You are embedded in the great continuum of human wisdom, the human wisdom traditions, wisdom at every possible level. So psychologically, it is really a great wake-up call to the sheer muchness of who and what we are. Mythically, symbolically, it gives us back the symbolic structures, those loaded seed codes of becoming that are held within the symbolic, the narrative, the mythic structures of our humanity. And in exploring these, we discover that we are on a journey that transcends the hero's journey. It's similar. We hear the call. Many people are called to come to wisdom. We refuse the call. We can't afford it. Maybe next year, maybe when the kids are grown. But somehow we can't stand ourselves, and we go for it. And then we find all these allies, the teachers, the mentors, the brilliance of the fellow students. I really am, both Peggy and I are so deeply moved by the quality and depth of the student body that you have here. And then, of course, you have to cross the great threshold of entropy, the guardian of the gate that tries to give you all the reasons to stop, but you have there the living Sangha, the living community of Wisdom University that keeps you going so that you can enter into the realm of amplified possibilities, amplified powers, and get to the nadir of the mythological world where you not only are being enormously creative, you are being given all manner of boons. You find the beloved of the soul, you find those things that resurrect in you the latent qualities that you'd forgotten that you had. You burst forth with a whole plenum of creativity, and this you bring home as the maestro, the master of two worlds, you see. So mythically, you are very much on the map of the cartography of the mythic universe. And spiritually, this is a place that is devoted to the finding of the meta-technologies of spiritual becoming. And that is there as the undercurrent of everything that you do. And thus you are always being sourced to know yourself as a citizen in a universe larger than your aspiration and more complex than all your dreams. And that, to me, is the power, the munificence, and the magnificence of Wisdom Universe.